Yep, that's the trail. Yep, it is. Hog Pen Gap. I guess you could get maybe 2 tents in here. But some more cool benches. But other than that, I don't know if I'd camp here. You're down at the bottom of this depression, so all this rain is eventually going to make its way down there. So my campsite is about another mile up, I say. So I'm going to stay at Cody Gap tonight. An Appalachian Trail rest area in case you got to go pee-pee or poopy. Ew. I just realized it's Monday. So that means, I thought I heard somebody talking behind me, but no. So, what more appropriate song on a Monday than a rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Oh, good song by the Carpenters. Pretty lady gone way too early before her time. I think she died of bulimia, but geez. Seemed like every song she sang turned to magic. I like the Carpenters. I think in 70 or 71, that was like the #1 wedding song. That or I think it was We've Only Just Begun. To live, white lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way. Anyway, enough of that. The raindrops keep falling on my stuff head. You have to be very careful about. You got a very thin place to put your foot. It's wet, and it just keeps going down and down. So you have to stay focused. It's really dangerous in some spots. Fogged in and storm. I think it's Toccoa Valley out there. They said it's just absolutely magnificent, but there's no view. Sorry about that. But this is the trail up on the mountaintop. Once you get to walk through, gotta be careful because these stones are slicker than pig snot. This is it. I've got mountain right here. There's the edge of a mountain right there. And here's the edge of the other side of the mountain. So I'm on the ridge line. Not a good time to be up when thunder and lightning are supposed to be coming, but I can deal with rain. But check this bad boy out. Just the way it is. It's how you roll. Anyway, thought you might like to see that. Maybe you didn't, but oh well. But look at this stuff. This is just freaking amazing. Everywhere. Spanish moss. These are the coolest looking things in the world. Now I know what the lightning struck a few minutes ago. So, in one of the last videos, you saw that tree that had a kind of looking T-Rex looking thing on it sticking out. And talking to one of my perverted friends, I think everybody can figure out what it looks like. If you can't, that's cool. But we decided to name that tree a peckerwood. You figure it out. I guess in case of emergency, this would be you might get 2 tents in here, but one for sure. No views at all. Fogged in. Got a massive thunderstorm coming tonight, so I don't want to be on the ridge. All right, well, this is another installment of people that are, have I served with, and you want to give them their just dues. And First off the bat is Richard Holyfield, the biggest Buckeye fan in the world. Um, just a great soldier. He was like me. We would shine our boots when they had to do that and stuff. I know they don't do it anymore. And you know, we'd have our uniforms pressed and starched. And but I think when we went to the field, that was where we excelled. There was not a better field craft soldier I remember working with. And yes, he and the next guy, Pete Johnson, PD, who now works as a park ranger for the Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills area. So Pete's gonna hook me up with a behind the scenes tour, and I'm gonna get to go back into that little, in case you don't know, behind Mount Rushmore, there's a little special vault or something, or a cave or something. But Pete's gonna hook me up, but we're not gonna tell anybody because that's how we roll, dog. That's how we roll. Just a great guy too. Next is Matthew Dreyer, and then Matthew Sarver. I got to know Sarver when we were at JRTC, and we were on the same little team together, the combat maneuver group, I believe it was called. It was a long time ago, but always had a lot of fun, you know, stuff. It was he's just a great guy. He'd always keep you laughing. Just a fantastic jump master. And then there's Michael Tinsley. We were in Korea together. That was great. And then there's Lyndon Pretty Boy Thompson. He just nothing out of place. He was just, you know what? He was just the model soldier. Great guy. Real quiet till you got to know him, and then he would just blow you away with some of the stuff he'd tell you. And then there's Gerald Stringer, String Bean, Fort Campbell in Alaska, and gave me my first ride in what's called a SUSV. It's a big track vehicle that sits way up in the air, and you can go up and down all these snow-packed things that you wouldn't think nothing could do. It's just another one. Terry Vick, Rolando Panama Walters. I never understood how a guy from New York have a nickname of Panama, but I don't even know if he ever went to Panama. Now he's like a fishing tour captain down on a boat down, I think it's Red Snapper down in Florida somewhere, doing good stuff. But tell you about him, we were in Hawaii for 911, and he had gone home about 2 weeks earlier, and I just remember, I believe it was, he told our commander, that he was going to take his father to the some restaurant in the World Trade Centers on that day, and the commander talked to him and stuff. I can't remember if he was going to extend the leave or whatever, but for some reason the commander talked to him, and I was a platoon sergeant at the time, and we were in the field, and when 911 hit, and I had just come back to get chow for the guys and refuel my vehicle when I went by the fuel distribution point, and here's all, didn't know anything about the attacks, and never forget the gun hummer, the people they had guarding him, turned his 50 on me because I just drove up in there, and I was like, what are you guys doing? Found out what in game. They took me inside and showed me the the videos of what was going on. Remember, Hawaii was like 6 or 7 hours behind New York, so this is, you know, I was getting showered like 4 in the morning to take back out to the field, and so, you know, the commander's like, hey, I talked to Walters, and him and his father were going to the World Trade Center. So, of course, you couldn't get any phone information in or out. It's just a, you know, great. This is something else. Lost a soldier. You know, worst case scenario, and then I guess at the last moment or whatever, they decided to go elsewhere. Thank God, you know, so they weren't involved in that. But him, and then there's Royce Wilcox, and then Joseph Airborne Messiah Stout. He is the STOUT. Look him up on Facebook. He is the poster child for Buzz Lightyear. And I always wanted him before I left JRTC. He was my first sergeant down there. I always wanted him to stand up and say, to infinity and beyond. But he would never do it for me, little bastard. He would never do it for me. But he's just the Airborne Messiah. Regardless of what anybody ever says, he is the original Airborne Messiah. So Sergeant Major Stout, it was fun working with you, man. You were the best. And then there's a guy, Brian Ship Britches Stewart, because he would always, when somebody do something, he's like, hey, Ship Britches, come here. God. And then one day we we guarded up. We had a layout, you know, in the afternoon. You get everything laid out, screwdrivers, everything's got to be perfect. And you don't want anybody stealing your stuff. So we were like, you know what? I wasn't going to ride my bike home to eat lunch. So we just grabbed an MRE out of our Connex, and he and I sat there and we were like, you know, it's really boring. I was like, he's a big Bama fan. Of course, I was a Michigan fan. And he's like, you know, Michigan, they couldn't beat us anything. And I said, well, you know what? I'd probably beat you in something. So we decided that we would start out about five yards apart, and we would hold our arms up like a field goal. And then the other guy, we took an empty Gatorade bottle with duct tape, 100-mile-an-hour tape, and wrapped it around and made it a little bit heavier. And, you know, lines on where the vehicle's parked, we kick, and I tore him up. I was like Ali Haji Sheik. I mean, geez, oh Pete, that goes way back, you know. So anyway, he lost me, and you know, he never lived it down. So, and then there was Gerald Schemmel, Shems, just a freaking great guy. And then there was Bahais Wilson, just another quality guy. And then Chartez Wiley, he was another pretty boy. He was, you know, he's just a great guy. But you know, so that's some more people I wanted to mention. So more to follow.